let's see.
Where's Stroll?
Speak, man. Are you alright? Where's Heismay? What happened here? Oh, he reeks of alcohol. Eurus, you old sot, don't tell me you drank yourself to sleep.
Heismay was blathering on about some things I found rather unnerving. So I had a little sup of the spirits to calm the nerves.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
What a mess.
His entire face is like
You
pink.
witless. Maybe some cold water will wake you up, and if that water's not fixed yet, you're really in it. Ah!
Oh,
Now, what's all the commotion?
Ah, that was it. He kept scaring me, so I stuffed him into the lavatory to shut him up.
He says that like it makes sense. Does it make sense to you?
not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest.
Anyway, one thing's for sure. Heismay was tied up the whole time, so he never set foot outside, right?
What's all this about frightening Eurus? I cannot imagine you suddenly felt compelled to share ghost stories.
I heard some strange sounds last night. I could tell they were footsteps, but not any I recognized. If it had anything to do with the disappearance of the residents, it could prove my innocence. That's why I spoke up.
I don't think he's lying. With all that fog, I couldn't find the source of the footsteps, but I found plenty of something else. Children's shoes. It was after midnight. No time for children to be out and about. I had the shoes checked at the guard station, and it looks like they belong to the missing children.
Then 'tis likely those footsteps belong to your true culprit.
But the guard said no one left town last night.
Nobody left?
Someone
But
in
that
town.
must mean the
So it is
culprit
Lady
is-
Joanna then. Definitely Heismay. It's inside the town.
Inside the town?
Logically, yes.
The call is coming from inside the town.
If that's the case, I'd like to talk to Barden, but how much of this should we share with him?
If you ask me, it's time to lay out all you know. Taking me with you might help your case too.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. To bring you before the very man responsible for the bounty on your head, I trust I need not illustrate the risk.
Risk or not, the real culprit's likely one of their own. If you hide me, they'll accuse you of harboring a known criminal. You all had it right. It's time I faced reality. A life on the run leaves no room for me to truly mourn my son.
Heismay.
Whatever the case, let's meet with Barden.
I feel like Barden's like one that we can trust.
Well, I must say I couldn't hope you'd capture him so swiftly.
Morris looks nervous.
Something wrong? You don't look well. Got a face like you've just stumbled upon a dead man.
No, it's nothing. Just surprised you caught him.
Aye, you have my thanks. Clearly we were right to trust you. You'll get your payment in full.
Before that, I want to ask you one question. Why was Heismay the only suspect in this case?
One of the guard witnessed him firsthand.
Good
on,
Morris.
tell
Oh
him.
my god.
On the night of the kidnappings, I spotted a UG bolting into the wilderness. Several times. No mistaking a squat figure like that. I'm telling you, what are the chances of there being two UG brigands in the area?
Not zero.
What did you say?
Strange. I don't recall the kidnapper's tribe being listed on the bounty poster. Even the captain seemed surprised, yet you alone knew this.
He's obviously our culprit.
Most strange. Heismay was already in our custody yesterday. In other words, the kidnappings of last night cannot be his doing.
To be fair, he is like this shadow guard, like assassin kind of guy. He probably could have gotten out of the bonds and like gotten back in them overnight, I feel like. But anyway.
Is this true?
Captain, I'm one of yours, aren't I? You're not gonna trust this little red-eyed bastard over me, are you?
There's also the testimony from the guard at the gate. He reported no one coming or going from the city.
You scabby bounty hunters think you can mock the guard corps like this? Just take your damn blood money and get the hell out of here.
Fine, fine. Keep your hair on. We'll get to the bottom of this eventually.
Is there a problem here? Pardon, may I interrupt?
She's eavesdropping on
No
us.
problem, ma'am.
Was that? Did you hear it, lad?
No, I heard nothing.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Now I see your game, you fiends.
What? He's gone!
Heismay!
Find him! Secure the exits! Don't let him escape!
He probably heard a kid screaming or something, I reckon.
No good. He's nowhere to be found. What's gotten into Heismay?
I got the impression he sensed something. If he'd meant to escape, he would have done it yesterday.
Yeah, we just thought if he wanted to escape, he could have very easily gotten away.
I think Barden's innocent in all this. The real scumbag here is Morris, his second in command. He framed Heismay with a false eyewitness testimony. Must have figured an exiled Ujif would be a perfect scapegoat.
But once they capture him, whatever their plan is with these kidnappings, they would have to stop, because they can't capture the guy and then it keeps going on.
So Morris, a would-be god of the people, has been kidnapping the residents and selling them off.
But that's why he sent us to the cave in the first place. He was hoping we would die, and then the case would stay open.
Could be. And there's also those footsteps that old Heismay heard in the night.
Nurse is bound to have sobered up by now, right? Let's see how things are outside and get back to the runner.
Are you coherent yet? I didn't take you as the sort to fall so hard into your cups.
Well, an icy bath like that would freshen anyone up.
The bath is actually working now.
And tell us again what happened last night. It may be our only clue to tracking down the real culprit.
Ah, bloody hell. Yes, it's coming back a bit. It wasn't just Heismay's reports that shook me. No, I saw something. It was right after I slung Heismay into the bathroom. Out the window, I saw some massive shadow moving through the fog. It wasn't any beast or man of this world. It was a dark messenger, I tell you. A specter from the very bowels of hell.
Goodness.
It was like the horrors of every fairy story from my schoolboy days sprung to Stygian life. I was shaken, chums. Shaken to my core. I cried out for help, grabbed for something to steady myself, and all I found was the bottle.
There, you're all right now.
Even if there is some monster behind this, how would it connect with Morris? I don't see why he would be compelled to hide this to the extent of framing Heismay.
True. Let's try investigating the lady's old castle. Heismay's bound to have a reason for bolting off like that.
Damn, we're actually just saying, yeah, we think it's the lady. Okay. I mean, I figured it, but... Alright. No good. They said they haven't found Heismay yet, so they can't remove the blockade from the gate. Sounds like he's got them on a wild goose chase.
Spy!
What of our plans, then? Should we just sneak in? Oh, there, over here. That sounds like...
Evidently.
He's coming from over there. Is he calling for us?
Huh?
Why is Heismay with you? The guard at the gate said they'd not found him yet.
Got to say,
I'm the captain of the guard, and I have a responsibility to the truth, to know and uphold it. That's all this is about.
What folly.
Could have avoided all this trouble if you just lopped my head off to start with. Oddballs, the lot of you. Why did you run off so suddenly?
The truth is...
I did some investigating inside. The moment Lady Joanna cracked the door to the room, I heard the sound of a child's scream. Sorry, the German accent's very thick for him, but I need to try and distinguish him from everyone else. And Lady Joanna is, well, she's childless, so whatever you heard, it cannot have been her own family. No child should get into such a heavily guarded castle unnoticed. Your kidnapper has to be within these walls. My money's on Morris being the weasel. He lied to our faces trying to get us to walk into a human's jaws.
it's absurd.
Morris? No, that's absurd. I cannot suffer him to kidnap any more innocent children. Please, will you help me put an end to this evil? I have nobody else to turn to.
Yeah.
Of course, after all, if we can't use a head for competition, we need a replacement anyway. We're in, right, Kaz? Of course.
I'm in your debt.
And so?
Seemed to us like no kidnapper could get victims into the castle on our watch, not under all our noses.
But then...
But there was an old underground tunnel that even the castle guards didn't know about, and Heismay's the man who found it. There'd be plenty of places to hide hostages down there. Morris may have known about it as well. Right under the lady's mansion. That's bold. Okay, let's get to work then.
Is that right then?
You should be able to get there from Blindwell Alley at the end of Cattle Racket Road. I've got to return to my post, but I'm counting on all of you. Ah, that's the place where we tried to go where they said that they had a bad feeling. I guess it was just to stop us from going there. A well leading to an underground channel.
Isn't that...
Everybody's already headed to Blindwell Alley. We can get there by following Cattle Racket Road, so let's get there when you're ready. Okay. This is probably just going to introduce us to the dungeon, then we're going to have a deadline.
Let's go.
I can hear the kidnapped children screaming underneath here. We must help them.
Is this the place?
This is the entrance to the underground channel. If Morris is the culprit behind all this, he's probably lurking somewhere ahead. Let's go in. If we catch him with the children, he won't be able to talk his way out of it.
However,
I did not expect there to be an underground channel. It's no wonder the traces of the kidnappers couldn't be found. The children are beneath. Let us hurry there. So this is the old well that Barden mentioned. We should be able to get down to the underground channel from here.
Ready?
The kidnapped children should be in there. Are you all prepared? Alright, let's go. Did I just jump into the well? There's a rope right there.
However...
Damascus Hall. You're probably not going to be able to explore very far, if I had to guess.
Come on, get the bait moving already. If that thing goes out of control, we'll be dinner.
You can't run from us!
Please. Help.
the child yet lives.
What is
Out of your
happening?
jurisdiction now, aren't you? You're trespassers down here. And that means anything that happens to you is your own damn fault.
If you've got something to say it to our faces. Even you must feel the weight of what you've done.
I assume there's a reason for it. This isn't just them being crazy, right?
Eyes up. Something stirs in the back.
Are these the monsters we heard about?
No, this has got to be something else.
Further back. 'Tis the footsteps in the night.
The bigger that beast back there grew, the more its watchdogs started changing with it. One of them's gonna make a meal of it.
What has been happening here? Why do you kidnap the residents?
Why? Because premium bait's worth a fortune. I couldn't live on the wages of a guardsman forever.
You kidnap children for money. You utter scum.
This from a bloody-eyed Eugene. Look to your own sins, sir. You weren't just stripped of your knighthood. You were exiled. You're a coward who's been living in the hole you deserve. Didn't pretend you can play at justice now. You foil!
No, 'tis true in part.
Is he going to awaken?
'Tis why I stand here now. I ran from my past and turned away from my pain. You prey on innocent lives. Your sin will be repaid. Yet I cannot condemn you alone. Not when I could not see past my own suffering. Not when I locked myself away to be alone with my pain.
O lodestar, who falters in memory. O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Choose? My choice is already made. You can't erase your past. All you can do is take it in hand and reshape your future.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they're like bats.
I am Heismay Noctul. I believe the arc of life depends not upon birth. By these hands soiled or sinless, I fight!
Oh. Was this like assassin or something like that?
Apologies, but I cannot do this alone.
Go! Rip them apart!
On guard! Morris, you will not escape me! Out of my way, fiends!
What's going on? He just started fighting with us. And even he awakened to his power.
Perchance 'tis through your influence that this power passed to him, Captain?
Oh, is this what Moore was talking about?
Young man, you seem the most adept with this magic. I will strike at your direction, if you might spare it. Rest assured, I once stood among the Shadow Guard, and the years have not dulled my edge.
Dark Sword, Steel, Mudo. Oh, okay. Thief. Oh, it's Thief. Interesting.
I show no mercy!
Dark Sword. This is the skill that he was using against us.
I'll get some distance. On target.
In that no holding back.
Okay, round slash,
I'll
hit
cut
everything.
you down.
Is everyone all right? Let justice prevail.
Oh, power of kings! Apologies. Would you finish it?
Ah, you can't use it.
Right there.
I can't afford to hold back. Not done
I
yet.
stand ready. Fight there! Worthy foe after
You
all.
think yourself equal to a huge...
Man.
It burns!
Token
On target.
She gets hit, she's in big trouble.
Okay, so we're slightly over-leveled. Because he's level 22. Usually when they give you party members in games like this, that's the level that they expect you to be at, roughly. So we're a bit over-leveled, which is fine.
Stop!
We saved those kids, so I reckon that's probably good enough for today.
Damn! The bastard got away!
But the children are safe.
Good. You saved them, Heismay.
You know that I used to have a child of my own. My son. He was killed. I could not even protect my own flesh and blood. Who could call me a knight? Since then, I've wondered what I had left to live for, and found few answers.
Is that why you lived in such a dangerous place?
He probably just wanted to die, right?
You might be...
We need to chase down Morris first. He said something kind of weird back there, didn't he?
Regarding the watchdogs, he said they gradually turned more horrific the more the monster grew.
Do you think that's the effect of the melancholia? I expect anything further in will be even more malformed then.
But why root all this in the basement of the lady's own domain? Clearly, someone is invested in Morris's efforts. But who would finance this?
The lady herself.
I can't say for certain. Still, from the very beginning, this has felt beyond the realm of any sane, moral person.
And to think this started as a simple bounty contract. We've set foot in something far bigger, I think.
Let's get these poor youngsters back to Barden for now.
Oh, we jumped up like 400 places. After saving the children, I can expect my support from the townspeople to grow.
You saved the wee ones' lives. We can't thank you enough.
We're grateful to you too.
It was thanks to your help, too.
I know this is difficult to hear, but Morris had a hand in this the whole time. He confessed as much to us.
Aye. I found out the man's been struggling to pay off all manner of gambling debts. I'll round up the guard and search the whole bloody castle for him.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you'd be outmatched. However, it would be a great help to us if your guards could prevent anyone from leaving the grounds.
The lady must be in on
Considering everything, I can't help but think the Lady Joanna's got to be in on this somehow.
But the woman is a respected sanctoress. Besides which, she's the one who funded the initial request.
I'll tell you this. Hard as we've looked, we can't find a sniff of Lady Joanna herself.
We're here for our own reasons. Whoever we find down there, we're not going to stay up late. Any objections?
I think I've figured it out. They specifically mentioned before that she was childless. I reckon that's not true. I reckon she had a child, but it became some sort of monster. That's why she's keeping it safe down there. That would make sense, right? Let's see if I'm right.
None for me. Do as you will, and I'll trust in Lady Joanna's innocence. Indeed, for all we know, the culprit may be holding her hostage.
Just they made a very specific point of saying that she's childless. Like, I know that, like, it's obviously just like, well, she doesn't have any kids, so that must be, like, why, that it must be the kidnapped kids that Heismay heard, but I don't know, I just feel like there's something more to it. In order to break the prince's curse, I'll need to make an impression during the tournament. I must accomplish something that would catch Louise's eye. Besides, I think we're the only ones who can get to the bottom of this. And we'll do it, not just for ourselves, but for the town as well.
I, too, have a score that needs settling. I cannot let these atrocities continue. Especially not in my name. I believe in you.
Oh. There we go. Heismay's joined the party.
Considering we're due in Oceania in a matter of days, we've little time to tarry here.
Our foes may be strong, but they're also trapped like rats in the basement. We'll use the old well to get in and out.
Okay, cool. I'll let Heismay to calm down a little in the gauntlet run as you wish and decide to return to the inn with everyone else. So we've got a full party now, which is good. Do you have anything to say to me, sir? No. Joanna's absence troubles me. If 'tis true there's a monster nearby, then we've not a moment to lose. Though it remains to be seen whether she knew the guard corps was involved.
I'm in trouble now. Don't say shite, this ass.
Gotta keep at it.
We've still got something to do before the expedition begins. Bless us for today and get at it tomorrow. Alright.
Good night.
Rest well. So I'm guessing they're going to give us some days. Like they'll be like, to get to the city by this time, we need to leave by this date. So that'll be our deadline. Maybe because so much happened, but I'm finding it hard to sleep. Maybe I'll go back to the Gauntlet Runner and read in the evening breeze.
Can't sleep, lad? As it happens, I'm a bit restless myself. That a novel there? Don't see many carrying those around. Bit of an odd question, but what's your real aim as a group?
I can't tell you just yet.
Sorry, but I can't tell you just yet.
Thought as much. In any case, suppose it's not my place to ask. Don't worry, lad. Just water. Back where I grew up, there was nobody like you lot. Just you, chiefs. We've never been accepted by other tribes, and 'tis no mystery why. We're nocturnal, we look worlds apart, and there's so few of us. Not enough for any political sway.
That's true. They look completely different. Like, at least the rest of them look like, you know, anthropoid? I don't know what the word is, but yeah, they look completely
Our
different.
elders only ever thought of short-term alliances. Loyalties changeable as the wind. We relied on their power, not ours, and resigned ourselves to that. Oh, I loathed it. Even as a child. I hadn't been cowed into considering myself lesser. I honed my skills, that the city's majority might accept me. And I'll not say it was fruitless. I was accepted into the knighthood of the royal capital. I felt like my fellows and strangers alike accepted me as an equal. Fool that I was. They never really wanted me among the true knights. Just in the Shadow Guard, where my deeds were dirtier and kept secret. Equal and lesser in the same breath. Ultimately, once my superiors realized I wouldn't abide their self-serving orders, they stripped me of the title I'd fought for. And little by little, I lost everything else. My son died. I'd failed to protect him. And despite everything I felt, I'd resigned myself to being powerless. Just like the damned elders I'd hated so much. But you know, you lot have helped me realize something. I'd thought for a long time that if I wanted to feel accepted, instead of being the eternal outsider, I'd need power, status, some mighty patron nobody could defy. I wasn't really looking to swear myself to some superior. I only wanted not to be alienated for who and what I am. I just needed allies. Friends.
From now on, we're friends.
And from now on, we're friends.
A free spirit, are you? It'll be my pleasure then.
The aloof hermit, Heismay. Within him dwells the virtue of the thief. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
I feel like thief has a lot of like negative connotations as like a type of hero.
Perhaps our fates are bound somehow.
Usually rogue is more like the term, right? It looks like we've unlocked most of the base classes. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the thief from Heismay. We can study the thief archetype.
If my boy was still alive, he'd be about your age. Though he'd look absolutely nothing like you, of course. Long as we're both awake, might I have a look at that old novel of yours?
Everybody wants to have a look at my novel. They love it.
So, this is a fantasy novel. This section seems to describe the Utopia's approach to discrimination. Let's see here. In this world, discrimination and inequality are forbidden by law. It is a sin to impose injustice due to one's appearance, lineage, or birth. This is the accord established between the people and the state. Well, well. What a world that would be. I don't imagine our land will get there for another century or 5. Still, I cannot help but wonder whether those ideals would please an entire population.
There'll always be those who are upset, right?
You cannot pretend at diversity without acknowledging individual differences. Some will be judged as strong, while others marked as weak. Equal competition doesn't mean equal footing. Their very aims of freedom and balance could spell doom for the striving weak. I wonder how we might ever achieve a true utopia, where everyone could be happy.
I don't think it's possible.
If this awakened power is meant to be wielded in service of my beliefs, then, no matter who calls it naive or foolish, I will always use it to save the weak.
It was getting late, so we decided to go back to the inn to sleep.
Time marches on,
and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Idol's Day. Excellent, we're all here.
So,
Today, we explore the depths beneath the castle. Use caution as we have both models and monsters to contend with. If you don't think we can handle this yet, we can go somewhere else and build up our strength first. We still have time to prepare if we need it.
It's in your hands.
Indeed, I have only just been introduced to these new powers. Regardless, I leave the matter in your hands, Captain. Okay, so we get our free time. Well, not free time. We have a deadline, I should say.
Let's focus.
16th of July. Okay. Mission with the deadline has begun. Meet up with your allies at Blindwall Valley. Alley. Besides trying to the castle, you can strengthen your party during the mission period by taking requests, improving your bonds. Storm the castle and apprehend the true culprit.
The search begins.
Something in that castle. We need to head over to Blindwell Alley. From there, we can investigate what's going on at the castle. Today, lots of stores have sales, so it might be a good idea to do some shopping. Yeah, I think they specifically chose this day as the time for that. Can I talk to this guy, I wonder? I'm gonna save because I don't want to necessarily lock into something. I needed 2 imagination to talk to him, and I've got that now, so we should be able to at least see what he wants. Hey, you don't really know about the dagger thief.
Now...
Gosh, I wonder. I can help us. Consider it a kingly investment. With my overflowing imagination, I pitched some appealing ways one might benefit from having a future king in their debt. Hey. You, the future king, that's quite a go. You're either a bad swindler or you suffer from delusions of grandeur. But strange enough, color me intrigued. Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to humor you a bit. Yes, I should like to hear more, and you want your item back. But I have a condition. You'll need to do something for me first.
Have you ever heard of Malvino's ring? Rumors say it's a cursed treasure that kills anyone who wears it. I happen to know of a certain noble who wants it, and I'd love for him to owe me a favor.
So you want us to get it for you? That's more of a hassle than getting the dagger back ourselves!
Then by all means do it yourselves. Yes, these swords are terribly crafty, but it's not impossible. Probably.
The way you talk almost feels like you've been in on this from the beginning.
Good one. We just happen to be in the same boat, so why not lend each other a hand?
All in the same boat, huh?
Well, the choice is yours.
What are classes,
If I recall
guys?
correctly, you're a candidate in the tournament for the throne, aren't you?
He's like a charlatan or something like that, but surely it's not going to be called charlatan.
So you know us then?
Information is a powerful weapon, you see. Considering what I know about you, I'm offering you a good deal here.
I feel like we don't really have a choice, right?
Mark my words. Once your dagger's sold off, it will be incredibly difficult to track down. But leave it to me, and I'll get it back before that. Of course, I'm no miracle worker, and the clock's ticking, so do make up your mind.
What should we do?
Fine. We'll hear you out. For now. The ring you mentioned, where's it located?
At a grave not too far from here. A day's trip
A
in your
grave.
honor, I'd wager. Word is there's monsters knocking about out there. Hence my request to the lad with the sword at his side. It's not all bad, though. You'll find good weapons, armor, and other golden things aplenty there.
I do recall hearing something about soldiers who died in the Annex War.
We're gonna take the
being
grave robbing?
buried with their equipment.
I assure you, it's well worth the trip.
We have to go through with this to get the dagger back. I'm having a hard time dealing with him, so I'll let you take over from here.
Your fairy friend doesn't seem to like me very much. What say you, though?
If there's treasure involved, sure.
Hopefully I find your ring amongst the treasure.
Thank you for making such a prompt decision. Call me Kukulus.
Kukulus.
The ring should be in the abandoned tomb. I'll thank you properly when you return with it.
This one's important.
A dagger, a ring, and a rake. Okay.
I implore you.
Ooh. Even in your gauntlet run, it's a night's travel from Martira. A bit far, but commensurate with your compensation, don't you think?
This place. Here's where we are now.
Okay.
I'll be waiting.
I should tell Gallica what happened. I'd say we prioritize what that calculus guy asked us to do. Got any other questions? Support us? Someone wants to see me? Requests?
Let's go see.
There's a new bounty, okay. I did call him Calculus, it's Cuculus. His name looks like Calculus, but it's not.
Take a look.
Is that wow? So you defeated the Godborn King. To take down a whole Godborn mob, not to mention its leader. You're a right force to be reckoned with. Here's your reward. Take it, it's yours. It wasn't that much for me, I think it was 16 grand, right? Yeah. Not fantastic, but not bad.
Alright.
We also get some courage, which is always welcome. And our popularity climbs up another 300, okay. Hey, I may need you for the next one as well. Any contract us anyways as good as done in my book. Listen to all that flattery. Come now, don't be like that. I'm making sure you're well rewarded, aren't I?
What do you think of this?
That reminds me, it's not exactly a bounty, but I heard something strong escaped from the cathedral's mausoleum back in the capital. Some high and mighty nobles looking for someone that can take it down, so something about it having made off with a family heirloom. Claims it'll all be a pretty reeve, but the army's too busy to deal with a personal request, I think. Why don't you give it a go, if you feel like you know a thing or two? The noble on Sun Lameo Street would have more details.
Yeah?
There's a monster in the mausoleum. We should do something about that. Maybe the noble in the capital would know more.
What do you think of this?
That's a bounty for Alpha Rockworm Valmo. The Valmo in question was spotted in a cave a little ways from Martira. A miner was eaten, so now the whole lot are fearing for their lives.
I see.
Miners. Reminds me of Grius. The location's changed, but we're still helping out miners all the same.
Hey.
Okay. Then we're gonna help you out, right, Kaz? We'll do it. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. The location is southeast of Martira, at a place known as Man-Eater's Grotto. Chimera's on your way, so you may want to pay a visit just to make sure you're stocked up for your journey. I'm counting on you. It's life or death for the region if one industry goes out of business. It's not just ore that's found in the cave, but also precious gems that are sold at a premium. If you want to know more about Valmo, just ask the Martira informant. Hate to put a reeve in their pocket,
Good
though.
hunting to you.
Bring me back the Alpha Rockworm Eye as proof of its defeat. I can't be handing out rewards until you bring me that, so don't forget, alright?
Let's do it.
3.5 stars. So this seems like it's probably the thing that we should do as our first port of call. That must be the place. Man-Eater's Grotto. What a chilling name.
We'll face danger here.
Ooh. Oh.
Candidates Gauntlet Runners
Here's where
there.
we are now. You heard this?
Noble.
Alright then.
Alright, let's head back to the capital.
Where to?
Let's go.
I'll start the church because I did have some stuff that I need to purify.
Closure.
Okay, purify. Steel slab. This is a really good weapon.
Oh.
Alright then. Let's head there right away.
Let's quickly stop it in front of the church. We'll see if that lady sells I think the bounties are all the same everywhere, right? Let me just check. Yeah, the bounties are all the same everywhere. Alright. I want to check if the lady selling water has more of the MP items. I suspect she probably doesn't. Seems like the MP restore items are kind of a premium. Yeah, fruit cordial.
Alright then.
Let's go.
We're in trouble, serious trouble. Trouble must die, even. Is something the matter?
What?
You, an elder? Ugh, I assure you, my problems are beyond your filthy tribe's meager means. My, aren't you full of yourself? You talk big, but I bet your problems aren't perfectly trivial. You dare mock me, impertinent fairy? Fine, I'll tell you bottom dwellers about my problem. So, clean the scum grime out of your ears and listen. My wife died in the incident at the Grand Cathedral. She was attacked by one of those reanimated corpses. Unfortunately, that means the heirloom necklace that she was wearing, my heirloom necklace, was left lying about somewhere there. I need it retrieved at any cost. I'll get it.
can hardly believe
A strong, spineless elder like you would stand no chance within this corpse-laden mausoleum. I'm not stupid enough to place any of that faith in you. But if you'd happen to be acquainted with an actual honorable and courageous warrior, tell them this. Whoever brings back my black jewel necklace from within the Grand Cathedral's mausoleum, I will bestow a reward of 4,000 reeve. The necklace was stolen by some large, ghostly monster. From what I've heard, the army plans to simply seal off the entrance to the mausoleum in August. Before that happens, I need the assistance of a brave warrior. Why don't we become the brave warriors he's looking for? We can show him up and collect a reward in the process.
Let's give it a shot.
It's 3 stars.
Okay then.
The necklace is in the underground mausoleum, right? We passed through there when we went to Grand Cathedral. We didn't fully explore it, so we don't know what could be in there. So we should prepare for a fight.
Alright then.
Are there any other requests?
Did you know?
Protective charms made of monster skulls.
Now what am I to do?
Alright then.
Soldier near the mausoleum was talking about something.
I love it.
It's the mausoleum, right?
Heading out?
Oh, those blasted noble idiots. How am I supposed to gather mortar skulls from those skeletons now? Damn it. Skeletons?
The gold.
Oi, do you make a habit of eavesdropping on other people's private monologues? Well, not like it's going to change my fate either way.
Hey.
You were talking about those skulls earlier, right? Why in the world would you need those? There's no way a fairy and an elder could ever empathize with the plight of a man like me. An elder with a fairy? Hold on, don't tell me you're the ones who put down that mess at the Grand Cathedral. I must admit, it's hard to believe an elder could be that skilled. But if the rumors about you are even a little bit true, then you might just be able to do something for me. I need someone to bring me some mortar skulls from the Grand Cathedral's mausoleum. Okay? You'll really do it. You're a lifesaver. The mausoleum's a complete den of monsters. There's no way I'd ever set foot in there myself. All I need you to do is bring me 8 more skulls. I understand the nature of the quest is rather unsavory, but I have my reasons. Oh, at this rate, I'll get the death sentence for sure. Huh? I can't explain it now, but I'll give you all the sordid details when you bring me those skulls. What? A death sentence?
Please help.
I need the goods by July 30. This exists determines my fate, so be sure to help me before then.
Let's give it a shot.
It's also 3 stars. Okay, so this is probably the easiest stuff to do.
Alright then. Go.
We'll do our gauntlet run business first. So at this point, I'm just seeing if I can pick up all of the,
Really?
Sorry. I need to actually be out to...
Alright.
It's a day that ends at a 5, so we should probably use the bathroom. +1 luck, nice. Pristine clear water and Moroconi meat, nice.
Alright then. Where to?
Okay, let's check out the shops.
Let's go.
Since there's a sale going on, we should pick up some weapons and such.
Got a bargain today.
Do we have anything to appraise? 2 gritty weapons, alright. Hunter's crossbow and Damascus Saceless. Not fantastic, but... Sandglass Katana. Okay, I'll buy you the Sandglass Katana. Nice
That's
one.
fine.
Well, now we've got all these tasks, we just need to figure out what we're going to do in what order. So we've got 12 days to finish the overall quest.
You'd be real sorry missing out on this.
That's fine.
Get Heismay.
Understood.
Okay, so we've got all the requests that we could use now. What followers are willing to talk to us? Probably Maria. Yeah, Maria.
All right then. Where to?
I reckon the cathedral's the way to go.
Let's go.
The mausoleum, I should say.
I love it.
But I reckon I'll leave it there for now, I think. Bit of a shorter stream today, but I think it's a good place to leave it. So we're back on our next deadline. We've got a bunch of quests to do, so next time we'll just get to it. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream and videos, and hopefully I can catch you at the next stream or video. Bye-bye.